Okay, so we've got this piece. Mine's yellow to help demonstrate. Yours is not. Okay? What we're going to do is I am going to cut right here along this line. Right here above substitution, right along the line. But I'm not going to cut all the way through my paper. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to turn it sideways and I'm going to cut up. And then I'm going to cut along each of these dotted lines. Okay.
So we do that for each fold and then you do the dotted line?
So I cut along right above substitution. I cut the end of step 1. Right? So these are all going to be able to fold up, right? Okay. We're going to cut for the... See how I cut this part right here too? This is not a dotted line, but you got to cut here too. Cut there and then along each dotted line. Okay? Cut to the left of step 1. Not all the way to the top. And then if you're already done with that part, you're going to cut right above elimination. Right above elimination. Same kind of thing. You're going to cut to the left of step 1, not all the way through, and then along each dotted line. Okay. Then I'm going to cut by this line right here. You could probably cut this all the way off, but I'm not going to. Just to make it more steady so there's more glue. And then I'm going to cut to the left of step 1 for elimination, not all the way up. And then along each dotted line. Don't cut through elimination, just along the dotted lines. Okay. And then I believe in other classes they have found it's better to put the glue on the white piece of paper. So I'm literally going to, on the white piece of paper, the one that has steps written down, I'm going to put glue over step 1, 2, 3, 4 for all of these. Glue on the side, a little bit of glue on the bottom.
Mrs. Huff?
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Sure.
Where it says graphing, I put glue right under there. I found it was easier to put it on the one that has stuff. I put the glue on that and then push this down on top.
So you can keep cutting down here and we'll just tape it.
That is amazing.
Yes.
I never would have guessed.
Yeah, so cut together. No, you did it right.
I mean, you're going to line it up.
Are we even told or how was it going to be?
Yes, and then you pop it up.
So I'm coming around. I'm kind of trying to show up here.
One.
All right, yep. How we on the phone?
I don't know. I was just saying one.
Okay, cool.
So you cut.
You say don't go all the way up?
Don't go all the way up. Okay, so I recommend putting glue here, 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 and along the side.
So like this? Wait.
Okay.
And the whole question. Where do I go?
Actually, you know what? Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
When you have a problem, right? Trying to ask.
Good Lord!
Look at mine.
If you're done with your scissors, if you're all the way 100% done, go ahead and give your scissors to one person at the table. If you're done with your glue, give it to one person at the table.
We're gonna be problem solvers.
It's so good.
Okay. All right. So if I'm looking here, all problems need to be in form what? If we're going to graph, what form do they need to be in? Or y equals mx plus b, slope-intercept form, either one of those is correct. Okay. So yours should look like this under the first step, under graphing. Okay. We need to get these in y equals, solve for y first. So the second one is, the first one isn't. So we've got negative 4x plus y equals negative 3. Shh. You guys, quiet please. Shh. We're going to add 4x to each side, and we get y equals 4x minus 3. Are these both now in y equals mx plus b form? Yes. Okay, let's look at step 2. Miss Murphy speaking. Good. Okay. Yep, bye. Jackson, Miss Wimborne wants to see you in her office. Right a pass. Okay. Shh. Okay. Quiet, please. I need you to be quiet again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Silence, please. Shh. So we're going to put y equals 4x minus 3. We're going to graph that equation first. So we put a dot at negative 3, and we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, up. Please stop talking. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1. That's our graph. Okay, step 3. We're going to graph the other one. We're going to graph y equals negative 2x plus 3. So where's my first dot going to go? Where's my first dot going? 3 on the y-axis. Then down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. 3. Okay. So these are graphed on 2 different lines. I would put them both on the same line, because otherwise it doesn't work. Shh. Okay, so I would put them on, quiet please. I would put them on the same graph, because then we can see that our solution is 1, 1, the solution of the original equations, okay, where they intersect. Okay? Questions about our first example for graphing? Do we need just another minute to write it down?
Whoa.
That's where they intersect. Okay. Are we good? Can I move on to substitution? Okay. So step 1 for substitution, I'm going to put all these down. Okay. Step 1 for substitution. Solve one of the equations, the easier one, for x or y, if one of them is not done already. See how this is done? This is already solved for y equals 4x. No. You should put it all on here so that you can use it. No. Excuse me. I need the rest of you to be quiet. I'm trying to answer a question. This should never be on a separate sheet of paper. This is an example that you can use in order to do your homework today. So this should all be written on here. Okay. Right? It's done for that first one. So, okay. Blank the equation set to x or y into the other blank and blank for the variable. So we're going to say put the equation set to x or y into the other equation and solve. So now we're going to do it. The example should be 2x plus 3 times 4x equals 28. So far, so good? Okay, let's solve it. 2x plus 12x equals 28. And then what do? Wait. 2x and 12x, are they like terms? So we get 14x equals 28. And then what do? Divide by 14. X equals 2. Thank you. Okay. We've got step 3. Blank your answer into the equation and change or used first, and blank for the other variable. How about put your answer into the equation you changed or used first and solve for the other variable. So we're going to say y equals 4 times 2, so y equals 8. Then our last step is check our answer. We know that we've got 0.2 comma 8 is our answer. So we should have, if we go 2 times 2 plus 3 times 8, we should get 28. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 plus 24 is 28. So we've checked our answer. It does work. This is our answer. We're just plugging it into that equation. Okay. We ready to move to elimination? You guys have this written down? Do you need another second? Okay. Elimination method. So it says blank the equations if needed, so that when added together, one of the variables will be blank and the remaining variable can be blank. So blank the equations. So we're going to say multiply a number by the equations if needed, so that when added together, one of the variables will be eliminated and the remaining variable can be solved. Example, here's my two equations. They don't cancel out, so I'm going to multiply them. So the first one, I get 2x plus 4y equals 10. And the second one, I get negative 8x plus 4y. This would have to be by a negative 2. So positive 8x minus 4y equals 60. It would have to be because we want the y's to cancel out. So it would have to be, you multiply it by a negative 2. There's a typo on it. Now we're going to, next part, step 2, we're going to add the equations together. New number 1 and new number 2. So this is 8x minus 4y equals 60. So we're going to take 2x plus 4y equals 10. And we're going to add it to 8x minus 4y equals 60. 8x and 2x is 10x. The 4 is cancel. 10 plus 60 is 70. And then we're going to do what? Divide by 10, so x equals. Okay. Step 3. Okay. So we are going to plug it in. I don't know what this says. Cross that out. I don't know what that is all about. Okay, so plug it in. So we're going to go 2 times 7 plus 4y equals 10. 2 times 7 is 14 plus 4y equals 10. So we're going to subtract 14 from both sides. 4y equals negative 4. Divide both sides by 4 and y equals negative 1. Okay, check your answers. X and y values into the original equation. The blank and the blank sides of the equation should be what? So we're going to check. We've got 7 and negative 1. X and y's values in the equation. The blank and the blank sides of the right and the left sides of the equation should be equal.
Can you slide it over?
Mm-hmm. Equal. Okay. Now I'm going to give you today's work, and you're going to use this. I want you to, of course, flip through these step by step that you need to, but I want you to try to work on being like, okay, I know what step number 1 is. Now can I do this without flipping them over, and so on.